Welcome back to another great episode of Comedians in Bed. And you know what I like to do? I like to give a good introduction for our next guest. Now, he comes all the way from down south, repping Texas. And I'm excited about that because if you watch his content, man, his jokes are so smooth that you don't even see that the punchline is coming. This guy is freaking hilarious. And I'm glad that we have this master of comedy on the show with us today. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for CJ Starr, everybody.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I like that intro, man. You might have to go on the road with me on that one. You might have to go on the road with me on that one.
CJ, man, what's going on? How you doing today, man?
Good, man. Just chilling. It's sunny in Dallas today, so I'm happy about that.
Man, it's cold and rainy up here in Columbus, Ohio, man. Every day,
Mm.
man. But man, I'm so glad. I forgot to put in that intro, man, about your beard, man. That beard is everything. How long you been growing it?
We'll tell you. I mean, I've shaved it off a couple times and got in trouble at the house for not having it when I got home. But I probably done had it for like 4 years, like just off and on, like trimmed it down and let it grow back and be natural and all that. It's funny. I get more DMs from dudes. What you put on it?
You ever thought about making your own beard oil, selling that
Well, I
after the
mean,
shows?
what's his name? What's the rapper? Rick Ross got his own beard oil and stuff, but it's different, man. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like a lot of stuff, and they hit like I definitely don't like it being like crunchy or anything like that. I just like it to always stay soft. So
yeah,
I
man.
just use whatever. I mean, different types of oils and stuff. So
Yeah, man. I've had to do my own research on like beard oils and stuff, and I never would have thought that that would have been like a thing growing up. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
look, some people can't grow them, man. They can't grow 'em.
Hey man, like so we have like a lot of Somalians here, so sometimes people mistake me for Somalians because mines don't really grow on my face and grow like on my neck and stuff, man. Like it's crazy. I remember where was I at? I was somewhere in this. I was at a bank and this dude was like, "Are you from Somalia?" I'm like, "Bruh, no way, shape, or form am I from Somalia. No way, shape, or form, man." But no,
That's
I'm so
crazy.
glad that we got you here today, man. I saw your stuff and I was like, man, this guy is funny, man. How does it
I
feel to be at
appreciate
the
it.
level that you're currently at right now?
It feels good, man. I was just talking to one of my homeboys, and we was talking about the pressure, and I was like, I like this pressure compared to other pressure, like knowing that you could write a joke that's solid, and now you to the point now that you don't take the stuff that low hanging fruit. You be like, nah, let's switch it up. Let's do something else.
Yeah,
Try to find something somebody else ain't doing.
yeah. What year are we in now?
Well, actually, it would be year 15, but I did take like a 2.5 year off to actually go get my master's degree
Okay,
in business because this is
okay.
a business.
Yeah. Yeah. So what school did you get your master's degree from?
I got it from the awesome University of Phoenix. I did
Proud
it
of
online. I did it online. I had to, man. And so, but it was just trying to like, all the credits that I've accumulated, all these junior
yeah.
colleges that I attended back in the day, added them up with it, and I just needed a degree, man. I really want to know more about business and the aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's really important because I think as comedians we fail to realize that we are actually a business.
Yeah, that's one thing I be telling cats. Like, I be like, man, tax season come around, man. People been doing this stuff for a long time. I was like, that y'all should be happy when tax season roll around, because
Right.
if you do it right, especially in the first 5 years of you being a comedian, boy, you clean up.
So explain it to me because it's something that I'm still learning. I know that like you can like write off merchandise that you use on stage or write off gas, but like how do you actually do it?
Well, basically, what you try to do is I mean, personally, if I'm just now starting, what I would do is I would use TurboTax, and I would do the business and personal one. So what you do is you just set up and do your business when your regular day job and all that stuff. Then you add your business aspect to it, and pretty much anything you do as a comedian, you have everything. Like you have your house, like they give you stuff for your rent or your mortgage. They give you stuff for your gas. If you trade in a car, if you buy a computer, if you talk on the phone, your cell phone bill, gas, food, clothing, all that can be used as a tax deduction as far as when you finishing it. And it's 9 times out of 10, like unless you uh Kevin Hart, you can show a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like all the times you go out to open mics, anytime you go out to open mics and you buy a beer or you buy, you know, or you go somewhere you have to do a 2 item minimum, you could hold, all that. You keep all those receipts and you try to separate it. Have you a different account from your business to yourself. And it really does help.
So is these receipts like are these going in a box? Because sometimes I'll be, be like, you want the receipt? Be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you keeping the
Um
receipts or are you giving me like
Small
electronically mailed
ones,
to you?
no. Small ones I don't really keep, but bigger things, anything over $20,
Hmm.
I try to keep. I got like a bag of them. But here's the thing, though. I mean, everything is electronic. So if you separate your business from your personal, like get an account, put $100 in it, that's your business account, and you ain't gotta keep the receipts because you using the card, you swiping the card.
Mm.
So yeah, but like bigger purchases like merch and things of that nature, you keep those invoices. But for the most part, anything, bro, like telephone, like your internet bill because you got a podcast, all that.
Hmm.
People don't realize there's so much stuff, man. And if you create, like, if you produce a couple shows, you had to pay a couple comedians to do shows, that money too, everything.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like taking that next step
Hmm.
into being the comedian that you want to be. You have to adapt that business mindset to get you to that next level, those big levels on those big stages that you want to get on.
And the most important thing is like you leaving money on the table.
Mm.
Like a lot of people leave money on the table, and I'm like, man, not to separate race or anything else like that, but the businessman, the savvy
Mhm.
person, you know they're going to remember that these people, everybody's been playing this game for a long time, and why would you leave money on the table?
Right, right. No, I get that. I understand that.
Hmm.
That's a lot. I'm gonna look into that now. I'm gonna hold myself accountable to that because that's something I've been talking about doing, but never knew somebody that actually knew the ins and outs to that.
First thing I would do is, like I said, I would go to like like your county office and create a business name, create your name for a business, put your name and say that you would like your name to be a business, and you are LLC, you're by yourself, you do that, and it costs $30.
Hmm.
Then once you get $30, you do that for $30, then you could take that to the bank and show that you're a business, and you create a business account, put $100 in it, keep it in there. I mean, just keep add money, like any money you get for shows, you cash your checks through that, and it goes on from there.
So I actually have like a production company that like if I produce shows, I do it through there. So you're saying I should get one LLC with my name on it, just my name.
Or your production company. Have you ever went to the county clerk office and paid $30 and just got it registered?
I yes, so I got my LC and it's for here it's 100, but yes, I have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. So go get you a bank account and put it in that same name. So like my debit card says, CJ Starr, then it says Starr Entertainment up under it.
Hmm.
You know, that way that they'll know the difference. I mean, you got halfway. You're more than halfway there, bro. Just now you gotta utilize everything for your production company.
Hmm.
Every time you click on a light, every time you every time you eat something. Man, there's been times I seriously have been doing business meetings, and I made sure that let me go ahead and make sure that that if you ever need a comedian, you holler at CJ Starr, and that made it a business meeting because we discussed business.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, that's smart. That's smart. I think especially in our community, we are so behind on the knowledge of like money and investments and making smart business decisions right there. And I think one thing I learned this year definitely is learning that being a comedian, you are a business. And thanks for sharing that business
Yeah,
information because I did not know that at all whatsoever.
yeah, bro. Definitely get out there and do that stuff, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
leaving money on the table.
Yeah, well, we can't be doing that, man. We definitely can't be doing that. Speaking of money, man, look like you about to be making some big money pulling these jokes in because you were just voted the 2022 funniest comic in Texas, all of Texas, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was one of those things where like we really didn't have a super we usually have a contest, and
Mhm.
but the biggest contest that it was that we had in Dallas and Texas was the Keenan Thompson thing. So they just was like make him the funniest comic in Texas as well. So that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
How was that experience? Because I actually got the email for it to do it, and then when I went to go apply and everything, they was like, "Yeah, we already booked comics." I was like, "Oh, excuse me." So like, how did you get in there for that gig for that show for that competition?
Even if it's booked, I would do this. I would respond to them and tell them, hey, I think I responded too late, but if you decide to add a second show, let me know,
Mhm.
because this is let me that was probably one of the most the biggest things that's ever happened in my life as far as comedy wise, man. I got to go to Saturday Night Live and see Saturday Night Live.
Mm.
I got to go to the after party and kick it at the after party. You know, and then we got to rub elbows with people that and act like we should have been there and all that stuff. And then it's not a to me, it's not even a contest. It's more of a experience,
Mhm.
because what it is they put you in front of like producers, directors, managers, and all that, and you get to meet them. They have a meet and greet before the show. Then you go up there and you kill. Then after the show, everybody acts different because they done seen you what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Um, Before it's just a face, and they might have seen you on YouTube or something like that. But now they get to see you live, and they get to see what you do to a crowd.
Mhm.
So it was definitely amazing, an experience. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, bro.
What opportunities have arisen from like having that opportunity from Kenan Thompson?
Well, my price went up. I ain't gonna lie. My prices definitely went up. Secondly, like I get phone calls all the time about different producers and be like, "Hey, man," because I told them I'm a writer. I'm a
Yeah.
writer. I'm very good at like writing things or breaking down stuff down, even if it's creating a story and stuff. So I've been getting phone calls where people be like, "Yo, um, send something send some of your writing ideas, or send this, or tell us about," like, to the point where I know that they were there. They've actually asked me about a joke and be like, how serious, how truthful is this part of your joke?
Mhm.
Because that's where most of these sitcoms come from, man. They come from these our sets, you know.
Yeah.
So like I done got several different phone calls, got several different bookings. People hit me up on Instagram, and so it's definitely has opened some doors for me.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad it was definitely worth the experience. Now, when you say writing, are you mean like script writing or joke writing? What type of writing are you
Oh,
talking about?
I definitely joke, right? I write. I help people write jokes.
Mhm.
I actually teach a class down here, but script writing is definitely one of my things. I've always wanted to be a writer, a producer. That's what's popping right now. I have so many ideas. I mean, it's like you will see it, and it's gonna be some amazing ideas, and I'm super excited about it. I'm thinking like the beginning of next year, you're gonna start seeing, when look at the credits.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You're definitely gonna be able to see my name and everything. So
I definitely have dreams of like being a writer too. Definitely getting in a writer's room for a sitcom. What is like the steps to getting your foot in the door for that?
number one, for my people that I've been talking to in Hollywood and stuff, it's the funny thing about it. They said, don't just say that you want to be a writer. You should already start writing stuff. Start writing stories down. Start having 10 episodes written down. Not you don't even have to have the script written. Just have the idea and the concept down. Everything
Mhm.
from like the characters and things of that nature. And then later on, you need to probably start writing the script. So it'll be like, you know, something that when you like, I got an idea for something, and then finally someone's like, all right, let me see it. You can't
Mhm.
be like, no, it's in my head, man. It's in my head. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So have them ideas already written down, you
Yeah.
know. And if not, and if you want to move further in it, you could actually complete it have the script, and YouTube it. Do a
Yeah.
YouTube while we got way too many phones and cameras and stuff not to be filming this stuff ourselves. You know, we can go the old school Tyler Perry way. Make it a play.
No, I definitely agree, man. I actually I've been writing some stuff. I wrote the very first thing I actually wrote was a story about like me coming out of college and just like figuring out like, okay, like what am I going to do now? And
What
then
college did you go to?
I went to Ohio State, the
Oh,
Ohio State,
all right.
and
So
also
if
finding
we start breaking up, it's because
oh no, I can hear you.
no, I'm because you went to Ohio State. So
Oh.
I'm originally from Detroit, man. I'm a
Are you
Michigan
from
man.
Detroit? Oh
Yeah.
man.
I look, I didn't have the grades to go to Michigan, but I'm a Michigan man.
Hey man, my girl's from Detroit too, man. Her dad
Yeah,
is a Michigan fan, man. It gets awkward.
yeah, but you know what? I lived in Ohio. I mean,
Okay.
I enjoyed living in Ohio. It was so funny. Just people don't even talk about. That's one of the rivalries. That's like one of the dopest. Like people talk. I mean, I'm down here in Texas, so people think
Yeah.
that OU in Texas is a rivalry. I'm like, yeah, I was like, we talking about schools that don't say stuff about people. Like, I was like, we call them Ohio. They
Yeah.
call us,
Yes, man. I
that
understand.
school up north. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. When I went there, I really started to understand the rivalry. Like during the week that we played the team up north, we go around the campus and we X out every letter that starts with an M with a red tape.
Yeah.
Bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's
So
crazy.
you went to Ohio State. You couldn't get into Michigan. Is that what?
Man, let me tell you something, man. Like Ohio State was by far one of the easiest schools to get into when I was like in elementary school, whatever, in middle school. But then as soon as I got in high school, they was like, "Nah, you gotta have a 3.5 to get in here." I'm
It's
like,
like
"What?"
what?
Like a three, what? And then
Like Jeffrey Dahmer went here. Come on,
yes,
man.
and I
Jeffrey
was
Dahmer got into Ohio State, bro.
yes, man, roam the campus. And there was another serial killer that got into Ohio State and roamed the campus. I forget his name, but he got a Netflix series too, man. Like I don't know about
Hilarious, bro.
but I don't know about Ohio, man. We breed them up here,
That's
but like,
dope, man. Yeah, but
but
I definitely know about Ohio, man. We used to go to Cedar Point.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
in Sandusky. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, man, I love it, yeah, man. And then it was like if you got like a 3.2 between a 3.5, you had to have like a mentor each week. So I got in like the easy way. Like I transferred in. Like I got
Mhm.
like it's like what's the requirements? It's like a 2.4. I was like, oh, I got that. I'm good. I'm solid. Like I'm good, man. That's what's up, man. You might tell my girlfriend about that. Like, yeah, that's what's up, man. We just went to Detroit this 4th of July, man. Yeah, we had
Oh
a good
yeah,
time.
okay.
We
Yeah,
had a good
I
time.
go back every once in a while, man. I love my city, man. People get a bad rep about it, but I'm like, man, there's bad places in every city. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, just stay. Look, if you ain't heard a song about it, just stay in that area.
How did you go? How did you get from the state up north to Texas? How did you get down there?
So, man, I went to school down in Kansas, and
Okay.
then that's where I met my wife, and then she didn't want to move back to Michigan. And, everybody else that was like, it was that my family was already gone, so they was all in the Midwest. So I pretty
Okay.
much stayed in the Midwest, but I got tired of Kansas real quick, so I was like,
Mhm.
let's move to Texas. So we moved to Corpus actually,
Mhm.
and that's when I started doing comedy in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
And then my homeboy was like, "You too good to be down here, bro." He's like, you ain't gonna be famous. No one ain't gonna know who the hell you are down here.
Yeah.
So I moved up to Dallas and sharpened my sword, my craft, and everything. And just been in the game up and down here. So
What made you want to get on the stage for the first time down there in Aggie land?
man, I don't know. Like, okay, so I was visiting. I was in Corpus. I've always wanted to think that I could do it, but I was scared of stage. I had stage fright when I was growing up about singing. Singing in front of people.
Mhm.
So I was like, if I got stage fright from singing, stage fright from being on, I was like, I'm gonna get it regardless. So then I went and seen Tommy Davidson, and he started talking trash on me back in the day. I think I had, what did I have on? I had some crazy. This is about 15. Now you got to know it's about 16, 17 years ago. So let me explain my gear. Might even been 18 years ago. So 18, 19 years ago, Tommy Davidson, uh, I had on the sweater vest that
Mhm.
Boys to Men wore with the t-shirt up under it. And you know, when you wore that, you sometimes wear the Guess shorts.
Yeah.
I had the Guess shorts and the K Swiss on. So then he sees me and he's like, "Why you got a sweater and some shorts on?" He said, "Are you hot? Are you cold?" He was talking big shit. I mean, can I say shit? My bad.
No, you can cuss, you can cuss.
Okay, and then so he talked about me for a little bit in the crowd. This is at the Addison Improv.
Mhm.
Um, And then he started talking about this other dude. Then the other dude go, "Man, get back on CJ." Because you know by now they had been on me. And I like looked up and seen him, and I was like, "Is that Pinky?" And then he handed me the mic. I was like, "Boy, you are wearing all pink and you are dark skinned." And I was like, "You look like that damn them bunnies from you know, from Easter." Then I was like, "Is that a curl? You got a curl?" I'm like, "You got the last curl," you know. And I started clowning him on that. Then I handed him the mic back, and he was like, "Yo, man, he said you got something." I was like, "I really want to get into it." He said, "Start going to open mics. That's the only way you're gonna get it."
How
And,
was that like? My fault. Go ahead. I'll cut you off.
no, that was it.
How was that like experience knowing that like literally your purpose called you?
I don't know. It felt good, man. I mean, but you know what? To tell you the truth, and what I tell everybody, you can do anything for 1 year. I'm not gonna say you're gonna be able to do it your whole life, but there has not been one thing that has held me back. You know, I said I wanted to be a basketball coach. I was a junior college basketball coach.
Mm.
I said I wanted to be on TV. I've been on TV. I've played, junior college sports. I've done everything that I said I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I just always tell people, you can be whatever you want to be at least for 1 year, and then you got to realize that if you ain't good at it, you need to give it up.
That's funny. Solid advice though. Solid
Hmm.
advice. Oh, all right. So Tommy Davidson. So have you seen him since, or
Oh
have
yeah,
you?
oh
Okay.
yeah,
Have you told him about this
yeah,
story?
yep. This Tommy will say, "See, full circle, full circle." I try to help people out. Full circle. You know what I'm saying? He said, you got a guest spot from me. You've opened for me. You featured for me. He's like, full circle.
Yeah,
Full
man.
circle. I try to help out my black community. Like Tommy has never, there's a lot of comedians that will not let a person that's strong on their show.
Mhm.
Tommy don't care who's on their show because Tommy know people come to see Tommy, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So he's a brilliant comedian, man.
yeah. Now you had mentioned your wife, man. Like, how has having her as your rib like helped you develop into the comedian and more importantly, like the man that you are today?
And to tell you the truth, like she's let me do, like that's another thing. You gotta have somebody by you that will let you do you. So when I come up with these harebrained schemes, like, "Yo, I'm about to got barbershop. It's gonna be a barbershop and a wine bar." She'd be like, "Go ahead, babe. You know, try it." And then, when that fails, you're like, "Okay, check this out. I got something else." But she was with me through the whole thing. I was like, "Yeah, no, I wanna be a comedian." And she was like, "You're funny, you know." She's like, "But you got to put in the effort and you got to do this." She said, "But it's not all about just being funny. You have to structure your jokes. You have to make sure that you're doing this and doing that." And this is at the early beginnings. So she sat through some terribles. She sat through when CJ didn't know what he was doing. But like even up to this past weekend, she was like, you're a different beast right now. She's
Yeah,
like, you got a chance to be one of the greatest.
Yeah.
and you need to go on and just make that happen. I was like, God dang, coming from somebody, you know, she don't never sugarcoat it. She'll tell
Yeah.
me if I have a bad set or a set that I felt that wasn't the best set. She'll be like, your ADD was messing with you.
Yeah.
She's like, you was everywhere, but this weekend she was like, I don't know what to tell you. She said, your writing is just you just so quick now. And she
Yeah.
said, you'll tear a room up. You'll just look around and see somebody and immediately just call them out. And she said, it's just, you still make comedy funny.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know how you are right now. Like you go to comedy clubs right now. If you see somebody that's super funny, you be like, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, that's how she is. I mean, she's been seeing the same comedy that I've been seeing for 20 something years, for
Yeah.
15, 16 years. So
No, I get it. I get it. No,
yeah.
that's beautiful, man. That's
How
beautiful.
long you been with your girl?
About a year and a half, and we're
And she
making
know that you're a comic. She
yes.
know
And the
you're a
funny
comic.
yes. And the funny thing about it is that she didn't like comedy like when we met. Like she didn't like it. Like, and I was like, all right, listen, you can't come to my shows because if you don't laugh, like they gonna all the comics are gonna point you out. So the very first show I produced, literally every comment was like, I'm gonna keep looking at you until you laugh. I'm like, see, you can't do this. But now she's an actual fan. She helps out with like my when I produce shows, like if I buy the venue, she'll help with the liquor. Like she's full on like supportive of everything I do. And it is made like my dreams a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So we're
the city you in, y'all got what the funny bones?
yeah, we just got the funny bone. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she's with
Yeah.
me every time I'm in there. So yeah.
But y'all got the good ones, the ones that if you get on there, you get on nationwide. So
Yeah,
you
man.
definitely got it.
I remember when I first seen it, it was just like a little room. Now it's like it got a balcony and everything. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice, man.
You
It's
do
real nice.
you do comedy, a lot of comedy there?
Yeah. What are just starting to open back up to local comics.
Okay.
And then like, if they like you, they bring you on as a host, and that's kind of like how you work your way up. And then after that, we have like other funny bones in Cincinnati, Dayton, and Toledo. So they'll send you out there to either host or be a feature out there. So that's kind of like the ropes right now for
Yeah, that's dope, man.
yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. Well, all right. So now you've been hitting some big stuff. Let's talk about the lives that's on Fox, Hulu, and JLTV. How did that opportunity come about, and how was that experience?
Well, a lot of times, man, it goes on hearsay. Like once a comic has made it, or a comic is doing things, like they be like, man, where are other funny comics like you? And then some of my crew just be like, yo, this person's funny, this person's funny. Give this person a chance. With Fox Laughs, they just scour the world, the United States, looking for comics.
Mhm.
And what they do is they record like two shows, and you do like 2 10-minute sets, and they break your sets down.
Mhm.
So like every time they like you, if they like your bit, they'll run that. And what they do is they mix them with other bits from other places. But like a lot of them places don't normally, you'll never be on there 4 or 5 times. Like I've been on it like 4 or 5 times, like for
Mhm.
different bits. So it was like they really was able to break down different bits and put them different places and everything. So that really helped me out. With Jew Life TV, um, they was coming through Dallas, and they was looking for some of the heavy hitters in Dallas, and I got chose to do it. Man, a lot of times I'm like, you just don't know, because so many times people have stopped me and like, yo, I got a cousin that worked for Tyler Perry that can do this. You're like, you know. So it's just one of them hit or miss type things. But I went in there and they had one camera. They just shot it,
Mhm.
and I had a really good time. Next thing you know, it was on TV. So
Man, it sounds like that networking is a part of how you get that next step up as well. Like talk to the importance of networking and how that has benefited you, just like you just did, just reiterating what
yeah.
you said.
Well, I mean, the basic fundamentals is that you never talk to anybody crazy, because you never know. You might need them help pulling you up, or if you falling down, they might have to grab you, or their opportunity might come before yours. I'm not telling you to be fake or anything else like that. What I'm basically saying is that you should always just treat people with respect. So I've met a lot of people, and what I try to do is just do my thing on the show. And then, like, if they say, you're good, man, I'd love to get you out here. I just, you say I appreciate it, thank you,
Hmm.
and exchange information. A lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, maybe 6 out of 10 people are full of shit, but
Hmm.
them 4 people really do help you, motivate you and everything. And like I said, most of them people didn't look like me.
Right.
Most of them people don't got the same background as I got, but the same thing that they willing to help. It's
Yeah.
so much comedy and places and rooms for everybody to eat. There's no reason for anybody to be jealous or to or to hate or to do bullshit. So
Yeah. No, one of the things that I've been experiencing out here is that, you know, sometimes I've only really heard it from black comics. Some of them will like categorize you as like a white room comic, and it's like that's not necessarily the case. It's just that's where I get the opportunities at. And so it's kind of like trying to sometimes like I don't want to say your city, sometimes you gotta step out, but like sometimes certain rooms won't allow you to grow and you can only maneuver in certain rooms sometimes. That's been kind of like the experience that the hurdle that I just kind of got over like a couple months ago.
yeah, for some reason, man, black comics, it's like we we have to be categorized. Like white comics, women comics don't have to be categorized.
Hmm.
Like even if they're dirty or clean, they just be like, "Oh, she's a comedian or he's a comedian." But if we're dirty, we're urban rooms immediately.
Hmm.
So I've always done mixed rooms, black. I'll do any room that give me the opportunity. That way, I did it before I became who I am now. That way, you can't say, "Oh, CJ crossing over" or CJ selling out. No, CJ's always been the type of person that could do any room.
Hmm.
You know, um, I could do church. I could do kids shows. It
Hmm.
ain't gonna be as funny, but I can do kids shows. I can do kids shows. I've done them. But I mean, I guess if you were to say in a perfect world, it would just be it would just be people, man,
Yeah.
from all walks of life, from all different types of jobs and everything else like that. I'm just here to make people laugh.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I've done rooms that I didn't even like intend to do. Like just like you said, I did a kids room, but it was like a banquet, but it was like it was a track and field banquet, and it was like honoring like our my track coach, my track coach, DeCarlo Blackwell, and for like being like a coach for like several years, right? But we got kids on one side, we got adults on the other side. So I'm like playing to like both sides at the same time. And like I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit up here for like 5. I didn't even like think about it. Like 3 minutes in, I'm like, all right, I got like 2 minutes left. Like, cause you got that clock in your head, and I'm like, this is my 5 minute set for the day. Like, I've like accidentally like put myself in certain rooms, man.
Hmm.
It's like crazy. It's crazy.
Oh,
But
I've done some crazy stuff. Because comedians like they ask for comedians everywhere now. My homeboy's done a funeral. I know that. I did a show. It was like for Juneteenth, and it was at a college. So I thought it was just a regular college show, but
mhm.
what it was for the Black Student Union, and it was a Juneteenth one. And they brought back the first black athlete at the school, right? And they was up there laughing and crying and talking about it. He said, "I don't remember being the black person on the team." And the funny thing about that is they made me like everybody was crying and they was like, "All right, we're gonna bring the comedian up." I was like, "What?" So then I went up there and first thing I said was like, "Seriously, you didn't know you was the only black dude? Like you didn't take showers? You ain't take no showers with these white dudes in real life?"
Oh my gosh, man. Yes, but I think I wanted to. I told my sister about it, but I need to talk to my mom about it. I really was thinking about. You know what? I think I can do like a nice 15 at my mom's funeral. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Like people want that. Like
Yes.
some people's this is dude with a comedian that passed away a few years ago, and he didn't want anything sad. So like
Yeah.
we all showed up, and what he normally wears was like designer jeans, a polo shirt,
Uh-huh.
and some slides. I mean some square toes or something.
Yeah.
And we went up there and said some jokes at his wake.
I did the same thing at my sister's funeral. So my sister passed away like a year ago, last year, and I was just like, the first thing I could think of was like a joke, and like
Yeah,
it
you got
killed,
to.
yeah. And I was
Yeah, my
like, and that,
sister, my sister passed away about a year ago, like last October, actually.
yeah, yeah. My
Yeah,
condolences. Yeah,
yeah. Same with you, man. Same with you, man. But like,
yeah.
she was the reason why, like, some of my merch, like one of my merch is, this is my emotional support T-shirt, because my sister wore all my merch. That's all she wore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like people always say, why all you wear is, your brother's merch? She goes, well, you'll wear Polo, you'll wear Nike. Why not wear somebody that I know is black owned and operated, and that's my brother, and I'm gonna support him. So she wore that, you know. She was actually cremated, and she wanted to be cremated in one of my hoodies, you know.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of them things, man, where you sit back and you be like, all right, one of the last things she spoke was like, go make funny, go make funny, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's the one of the last times. Well, no, the last time I did see my sister was at a comedy show that I produced, and she had told me like she was proud of me and stuff. And like I seen her like a couple months before then, but she was one I didn't like really see that often. So like that's always a good memory of that I have of hers. And I was like, you know what, when I do like a first tour, like touring on like theaters and stuff, I'm a name it like after her. Like we called her Reese, so I'm gonna be like Lil Reese's brother.
Lil Reese, now that's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, so like do something like that, cause like she's the one that kind of got me into like entertainment and stuff like that. So, like she was real, like yeah, yeah. Shout out to our sisters, man. Shout out.
Yep, heck yeah. Shout out to Jessica, Jessica Lynn.
Yeah, man. Marissa Kelson. Now she helped you. Now you said she wore your merch. Let's talk about that, man. CJ Starr merch, man. How did
Oh
you come
yeah,
up with the got the hat on? Let me
it's a
put you up
logo.
there. Yeah, how did we come up with the logo, the look, the feel, all that? Because that is a part of business and the next step. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, a lot of people try to put on their in their logo, like, or if their merch, they like try to put a joke on there. That way people know it's there. But the thing about it is, you will have to continue to tell that joke
Mm,
over and over and over again.
mhm.
So with my merch, I made the decision that I was like, I want a logo, like my signature or something. I was like, I'm a star, because
Yeah.
I have a joke where I say, "Bish, I'm a star," and I didn't want that to be the first thing that came out. So my homeboy, who's actually was like got his degree in marketing and all that stuff, he made this logo, and I was like, "That's dope."
Yeah.
I was like, let's put it on some t-shirts. So we put it on white t-shirts with black, and that's all I sold was white t-shirts with black lettering for a long time. And then one day somebody was like, I wanted black with white. And I was like, what? You right.
I didn't think that could happen.
Yeah, I switched it up, and now now it's to the point now, like, come to my Instagram, you pick a color out, we'll shoot it out to you. We got hats. I have Bish, I'm gonna start bands.
Mhm.
We got t-shirts, long sleeve, hoodies, um, everything, tie-dye shirts, everything with my logo. Then I have shirts that are everything has an acronym for some strange reason, bro. I say Bish, I'm a star, and that's actually the initials is bias. So a
Mhm.
lot of times when I post pictures, I say hashtag bias. And people's like,
Mm.
why you say hashtag bias? And I tell them that stands for bitch, I'm a star.
Yeah.
And then when the this is my emotional support t-shirts came out, I looked at that, and all of those that's times, Times, times. And I was like, so now I hashtag times on that. So my shirts are all of them are acronyms. It's really crazy. So
I seen the merch, man. It's really good. I'm not just
yeah.
saying because you're on here now. It's really good. How did you like? outsource that? Did you know somebody? Did somebody come to you? Did you have to
No,
find
man.
somebody?
I just started talking to other comics, and really, the past 2 years they kind of blew up because this is a guy that a comedian of mine. Shout out to Hot Topic. His merch is selling, and he ain't even doing comedy. I mean, on it,
Mm.
like it's called Godfidence instead of confidence, it's
Mhm.
Godfidence. And he told me about a store, Shopify, and basically what you could do is you could put your stuff on Shopify, and it actually hooks up to your Instagram and your Facebook. And at any time, somebody could just order a shirt, and it'll be shot out to them.
And so Shopify is the one that's getting the shirts and printing it out and all that type of stuff?
No, no. Shopify is basically just a interface. What's the name? It
Okay.
comes back to us. We do it. I do
Okay,
my own
okay.
merch.
Okay,
I
okay.
cut out the middleman. I used to have somebody do my merch, but I didn't like the quality of the shirt. It was
Uh-huh.
more of a thick, and it was weird. And I was like, no, I don't like that. I want some. I said I want something super thin, something that's soft, a real soft T-shirt. And he would only give me the soft T-shirts. And I was like, no, no, no. I want everybody to have the same soft, the same feel. And so I started making my own. So I'm pretty much making my own. So like if you buy a shirt, you pretty much is gonna come through this house. It's
So
like the
like
dope house up here.
so where are you getting the shirts from, like a wholesale website or something like that?
Yeah, I buy the shirts from this place. It's a Dallas based company. It's called Dallas T-shirts, and I'll do that, and then I'll get the design and put it on there, get it put on there, press it, put it inside of a plastic bag, put it inside. I mean, it looks like it's super professional, but I've been doing it for so long, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like that, but if I don't do it, one of my relatives have done it. So
So wait, are
black
you
owned and operated.
yeah. So do you got a day job too, or this is all that you do?
This is it, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, this is it.
That's what's up. How did it feel to be able to finally walk away from the 9 to 5?
Well, I mean, I walk away from them all the time, but I mean, like I sometimes I go back because I get bored during the day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I get bored during the day, and as a comedian, you're never supposed to like. One thing people like for you to hear, people like to hear, and I'll share this with you. Like they like to hear that you're a step above than what you really are.
Mhm.
So, like when you're on stage, you got a day job.
Mhm.
No, you don't.
Okay.
What you do is you said everything that you write about, you just say that you used to have a job that does this. You know,
Mm.
um, when people come to see you, it's a persona that you have to uphold, and basically what you try to do is let them know that you really don't. But I mean, I know you do, but for the most point, tell them you don't. Like all your jokes can still work. They'd be like, you could just say, my last job I used to have before I did this. You do that, you did that, or did that.
And
Like
why is it important to do that?
it's important because number one, after a show, they just seen that you just killed. After a show, they don't want the dude that works at AT&T to be funny. They want you to be the dude that used to work at AT&T funny.
Mm.
It's like you always put yourself at a level above what you really are, because um, you have to be a subject matter expert at this.
Mhm.
And if you say you are a comedian, but you're also a rep for AT&T, they're gonna remember the rep for AT&T.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So it's better just to that's why it's like when we talked about with the business aspect, split it up, business, personal. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
I'm not
So
telling nobody to quit their jobs. Don't no comic hit me up talking about you told me to quit my. No, I'm telling you mentally in your head, quit your job when you're writing your jokes. Okay,
and then eventually it'll
yeah,
transpire.
it'll happen, and you don't quit your job until comedy makes you quit your job. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Until you're so busy that you ain't got time to do nothing else.
Mm.
I know some people that quit their job and was like and struggling. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you can't quit your job and then quit working. If you quit your job, you better work your ass off at this comedy shit
Yeah.
until you can, until you don't need it no more. I know some people that's quit they regular day job and they never went back.
Mhm.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I'll take a contract job or something like that, man, to because I like Jordans. I like to I like to click on a light every once in a while. I think it's stupid for you to not want money for you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
keep
One thing,
defining things in life, man.
yeah. One thing I'm working on right now is definitely to get off the 9 to 5, but to be able to be in somebody's writer room, even if it's a room that I create, and have like my own like comedy uh comedy club, like whether it be like a storefront or something like that, just to be able to do like what I love to do each and every day. Because sometimes like after 8 hours I'll be like playing catch up. I feel like I'm playing catch up to get
Yeah,
what I need to get done.
yeah, that's true. It happens like that, man. If it's getting in your way, by all means. I mean, you're a young cat, man. You got an Ohio State degree. You could do that.
Yeah,
Go on and quit.
yeah.
Um, but like me personally, like when I did have the 9 to 5 where I had to be somewhere, man, you just have your phone.
Yeah.
Something funny. You write it in there. You set off time to do it. It might take away from some of your video gaming time or some of your binge watching. But if you do want to get from up under somebody's desk or something like that, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely writing jokes while at work or listening to podcasts about being a comedian. Like I definitely you gotta make the time, man. You definitely gotta make the time. Now, one question I did want to ask before I forget: how much like merch are you taking with you to the show? Are you taking merch with you to the show afterwards?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it depends on what type of show it is. Like me personally, if I know that the venue is holding more than 150,
Hmm.
I put it out to the point where I'm gonna sell at least one shirt out of 10, something out of 10. So if it's 150, I'm bringing at least 15 shirts. 20 shirts for 200, and so forth. It's all about. And I wear my merch sometimes on stage because once again, if you don't wear it on stage, then that's showing that you don't have you don't like your shit.
Yeah,
So why would someone else try to buy it?
yeah, yeah. No, I
So
agree.
like I said, like anything that I do, like I like these shirts right here. The shirts are 3-button shirts. I like them because they're longer, so my ass ain't showing. Big dude, yeah. But my logo gonna be somewhere, either
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
shirt or whatever. Anything I try to wear, I try not to buy a bunch of polo anymore or anything else like that because my thing is this: I could wear Starr merch,
hmm,
and then people will be like, "Well, shit, if he's wearing it, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna support him."
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So it depends. I'm a Southwest dude, so you could take two luggage. One of my luggage will be full of merch. If I got a shows for 5 shows or something a whole weekend,
Hmm.
oh best believe my little suitcase gonna be packed full of merch.
So is this going overhead? Because that's something you can't lose now. You can't be waiting for that to get on
No,
back.
I put it in what's the name. I mean, what you do is, I mean, you can put the trackers on them now,
Mm,
and Southwest really don't lose. I mean, I haven't had Southwest lose anything. American,
yeah.
Delta, all the other ones, Spirit will lose it, but they'll find it.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, man, I'm a big fan of Southwest. I really, really am.
Yeah, Southwest with the 2 item and everything. Yeah, but no, my bag is a little bit bigger, so I can't put the merch thing up top.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but but I'll put it below. I ain't had. Let me knock on some wood now, because now you got me scared.
Definitely not, man. It's gonna be all right. So, what's one stage as we start to wrap this up? What's one stage that when you hit it, you know that that's that moment that I made it, so to speak.
Man, I would like to say improv in Hollywood, man.
Mm,
Improv. No, the one of the like the cellar or the comedy store in Hollywood, somewhere,
mhm,
probably the comedy store, the main room, comedy store, Hollywood. I know I made it
mm. Have you been out
because
to LA before?
Oh yeah. We
Okay,
try to
okay,
go out once a year. So
okay, okay.
definitely when if you go, have you ever been out to LA?
Yes, I've been out to LA this year.
Okay. You should go see, do chocolate Sundays or anything or
I didn't do chocolate Sundays, but I did hit a mic.
yeah. Like once you hit that where you could just be in town one weekend and be like, yo, I'm coming through
Mm-hmm.
and they put you on, that's when you know you made it,
Mm.
you know, when you bumping people in LA. And that's not even your city.
Yeah.
So
No, that's real. That's real.
I think that's it. And I think that's what's gonna happen soon, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
2023 might be that year.
Yeah. Where does the confidence come from?
Uh a lot of failure. A lot of failure. We just call them opportunities. You know, a lot of people call it failure, but I'm calling it opportunities, man. Always continue to work hard. Always know that look, when your time comes, you're gonna be ready. Don't
Yeah.
just be sitting around talking about man, my time needs to come. Have everything ready. Have your jokes ready. Have your writing, your books ready. Have notepads, everything. Have it all behind you, man. Have it all for you. That way, when it's your time, you ready, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of those opportunities that didn't go our way, what's your worst bombing story?
Oh, oh. Kiera Spears,
Mm-hmm.
long time ago. Me, him. It was a few comics. Um, what's his name? Roddy Perry was there. Well, we all had this big show, and it was in Dallas, and this young lady had just started doing comedy, but she was blowing up around here. I'm not even gonna say her name because she's not. I mean, you probably won't know her anyway. But anyway, she did. So they was doing the order of the show. They were in the room doing the order of the show, and they was like such and such, such and such. They pointed at her. Then they was like, CJ, you feature, and then I'll bring Rodney Perry up. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, why he get to feature? And he's like, because he's like, he's CJ, he's doing things, and he's here, and he's blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And they're like, you just been doing comedy 6 months, and she's like, oh, okay, okay. So I'm sitting there, I ain't did nothing, I ain't prepared. I'm like cracking up, and it's the way the stage was. I'm trying to find out, trying to make sure I don't have any excuses. The stage was like right, it's above everybody, so everybody have to look up at the stage, and there was a bar right in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and I had probably been doing comedy, man, about 3 to 5 years. So I had some jokes about my son, my stepson,
Mm-hmm.
and I had some jokes about him, and then some jokes about uh, gay jokes and shit like that, just normal black shit.
Mm-hmm.
I get on stage and like, I mean, I know I didn't do well. I went, and then Kiera Spears gonna come on stage playing down low, so he was trying to call me a down low brother. So I was so mad because old girl did well right in
Yeah.
front of me, and I bombed. And then so when I got on stage, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I picked my phone up and they's like, let me call at you. I was like, just a minute. And I act like I was on the phone, bro. I just left. I ain't even get paid for that. I was like, I don't even want y'all's money, man. I left. The motherfucker called me and was like, where you at? I'm like, the crib, nigga. I bombed terribly.
Not the crib. That's funny, man. That's funny.
That's probably one. I mean, like my boy tell me, like even a strong comic will bomb. You
Yeah.
just bomb less. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
So
Good.
if like he tell me, he's like, if you ain't bombed in a minute, go somewhere where
Yeah.
nobody don't know you and bomb. That way you get that off, then you go back to doing what you're doing.
Yeah. I remember I told my homeboy, I look forward to bombs. Not like I'm saying like I want to bomb today, but like when I bomb, I'll be like, okay, this is my moment. All right, this my moment. All right, cool. I'll take it. I'll eat it. That's cool.
You take that L.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, okay,
So,
let's do it. Yeah.
uh, me and my homeboys, we got a group chat on, and anytime one of us don't do well, we immediately go to the group chat and let them know ahead of time. That way, somebody come in and be like, "Oh, you ain't tell us how you did the other night later," you know. So, you should see my text messages. It's some they 3 months apart. People are just
Yeah.
like, I ain't say I bombed, but there was a suspicious package.
Oh man, CJ, man, before we get up out of here, man, what's like some words of like advice or like encouragement for somebody that's just starting out or thinking about giving up or been in the game for a while, man? What do you got to say to the people?
Now, I will say this, man. A lot of people don't realize it, but you should really invest in yourself. Like if you're funny, but it's just not clicking, don't be afraid to take some comedy classes that they could teach you how to structure some jokes. And always find a writing partner. Find somebody that's around your same level of comedy, and write jokes with people, man, and network off feed off each other, network with each other, and more importantly, uh, bounce jokes off each other so you'll know if a joke is gonna hit or not before.
Dope,
So
dope. Are
just
you
always utilize your network.
are you your your comedy class, are you doing that virtually or just down there in Dallas?
It's down in Dallas. At this, we have 7 comedy clubs here in Dallas, man, and one of them is called Dallas Comedy Club, and I teach a class every Monday night from 7 to 10, and
Okay.
then we have a level 2, which is more step up. Actually, level 2 is more business oriented. We talk more about the business aspect of it, and then give people little tidbits on what they should be doing or tweaking jokes. The art of setting up your set list all the time and
Mhm.
deciding what should be first.
What where if people wanted to do that, where can they reach you
Go
at?
to dallascomedyclub.com, and then there's all different types of classes. Like some people have problems with act out, so they have a lot of improv stuff. That's
Mhm.
what I would do anywhere, man. Any of your local places too, man.
Yeah.
Comedy classes, and definitely like any type of improvs where you have to come outside your normal shell.
CJ, man, tell people why they should listen to Comedians in Bed.
Oh man, you should definitely listen to Comedians in Bed, man, because the dude is a very funny cat. You're very persistent. You're persistent, uh, and I think that you got something, man. This is funny, man. You got
Uh,
some good questions. I really like how you that you handled yourself. You told me how everything was gonna be before, so definitely listen to Comedians in Bed. Uh, and if you get the opportunity, my plug, we got Famous to Us, man. Come on, check out our podcast, Famous to Us.
yeah, man, definitely. I will definitely be subscribing to that and downloading that for sure, man. You don't even have to worry about that. CJ, man, where can the people reach you at?
Man, on Instagram, I'm comedian CJ Starr. Facebook, I got a fan page. I'm on TikTok, but you ain't gonna see my big ass dancing. But definitely Instagram right now, and YouTube is a place to find me. Comedian CJ Starr with 2 R's. Make sure you put 2 R's, and make sure you put comedian, or you're gonna get a stripper. Um, and I'm gonna be out there, man. Hopefully I'll see you in person real soon in Ohio, bro.
Hopefully, man. Yeah, for sure, man. Hopefully we can catch a game, man. You know the game we talking about. Who you got this year? I got Old State, of course. I I think
I don't think y'all got us in the championship again. I think this might be us again, man.
now I don't know about that one,
I'm
man.
telling you, Urban Myers had our number. Shout out to this new coach, man. Y'all was having problems last week.
Yeah, we was.
I was having problems last week. We got assaulted by Michigan State, but other than that, I think we on one of them collision courses for each other.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right,
For
and
sure.
I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna do a bet. if that team from Ohio cheats and wins, I'll come on here. I'll send you a thing with me talking about that y'all the best team in the Big Ten.
All
But
right, vice versa, vice
vice
versa,
versa,
vice
yes.
versa.
You
That's the
have to put
bet.
your girl's jersey on.
Hey man, we had the wonderful CJ Starr with us today. Thank you for joining this episode of Comedians in Bed. Once again, man, everybody, please give it up for CJ Starr. And hit him up and follow him, man, before he blow up, man. He's already blowing up. Go ahead and hit that.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, CJ.